Thursday morning.
I know better. I'm an electrician.
It's approximately 2:30 p.m. I completed the daytime dedicated route at about 12 or so. And I made a decision last night because, as I explained to you guys, the freight volume with the particular customer that I'm contracted with through Curry has been on the decline. So like I said last night, I made a decision that I was going to be proactive today. Oftentimes I'll run my dedicated route and I completed about 12 p.m. or 1. And usually I go home, jump in my personal vehicle, run a couple errands, and I'm done for the day. So last night I said, hey, you already know that this will be coming to an end at some point in the near future. So I created a list of different places within 20 to 30 minutes of my home that could possibly utilize a 26-foot box truck. The first place I went to was Ashley Furniture, which in my opinion turned out to be my best lead. The reason why I say that is it was a lady waiting at the door. You know how they greet you when you purchasing higher end furniture. So she was waiting at the door and I went in and I was kind of on my A game. You know, at times you could be just slightly nervous or maybe just a little off. The situation could be awkward. But when I walked in, from beginning to end, everything went exactly as I could have planned it. I greeted the lady. I explained to her that I was an independent contractor. I had a 26-foot box truck that I own. I realized that they had a couple 26-foot box trucks that they would have on the property from time to time. And how I realized this was due to me picking up across the street from them last week with something that I picked up off of the Curry app. And I noticed Ashley had 2 Enterprise 26-foot box trucks. This isn't the first time I've noticed this. If you look around, Lowe's as well as a bunch of different other companies from time to time will rent box trucks from Enterprise and so forth. Lowe's was also one of the places I went. But Ashley, from what I gathered, just got rid of their box trucks. And from what the lady was explaining to me, they've ceased all of their delivery services out of that particular location due to them not having the capacity to fulfill a lot of the deliveries due to manpower and personnel issues. So what she was explaining is they've relinquished their delivery duties. So she told me this could work out really well. I gave her a bunch of my business cards, which I have right here on hand, and I've probably handed out over 200 today. And she was telling me once she spoke with her management personnel that somebody would be in contact with me, because more oftentimes than not, they have customers that need delivery services and they're required to rent a U-Haul in order to get the appliances, the furniture, and so forth moved. So we talked for maybe 20 minutes or so. I gave her a bunch of cards, and like I said, she told me she would get back with me. Another one of the places that I stopped at was Lowe's. And from what the manager at Lowe's explained to me was most of their deliveries are either performed by Lowe's in their own personal Lowe's trucks, or they utilize JB Hunt. And I explained to her that I totally understood. A lot of places either like to keep deliveries in-house if they're on the smaller side, or they'll go to a larger more known trucking company in order to fulfill their delivery needs and duties. So Lowe's is using JB Hunt. I also went to Sherman's, and the guy there said, well, pretty much he couldn't help me, but he gave me somebody else's name, directed me to another Sherman's, and told me to go ask for this individual, and they may be able to help.
Hey, how's it going? All right. I'm not actually a customer.
Okay.
I'm an independent contractor. I work for one of the electrical companies in the area. I know you guys have your own trucks, but I was wondering, do you ever, me and Sherman, like use independent contractors?
I personally cannot say.
Okay.
What I would do is I would go over to our distribution center. Yeah, that's our big hub. That's where most of our stuff comes in and out of. What I would do is I would probably go talk to. So what you're going to want to do is when you pull up there, of course there's the side where all the trucks park.
Yeah.
And then you have your clearance center entrance. Go to the other entrance. It's a little further down. If you want, you could probably go in there. There's an HR office right there. Just say, hey, you know, I was referred to come here by. And I mean, we're constantly down trucks right now. So
I know.
I'm sure
and
they
I
probably
just,
wouldn't.
I walked in Ashley.
Yeah.
And they told me they don't have trucks at all.
Yeah.
And she's about to go right to the management and see if they could pull me in immediately. So you don't know till you ask.
Exactly.
So you can still use.
Yeah, when trucks go down, it causes a huge backup. So yeah, like I said, I would go over there, go to the HR office. From there, there's like 2 offices as soon as you walk in. You can either talk to our COO.
Okay.
So Paul Sherman, of course, the CEO, but I would go to him about that, and they'll probably go with.
Yeah. Well, thanks for all your help, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
And something that he said, because I told him, hey, I see you guys as trucks all of the time, and it could possibly be a long shot, but it never hurts to try. And he said, no, man, we have a bunch of trucks, but for some reason, we're always behind on deliveries. So oftentimes they can utilize extra trucks. This is why you got to go talk to people and get information for yourself, because you'll have a genius that'll tell you that you have to go through this particular company or this particular carrier or this particular broker or this particular 3PL in order to secure work with companies like Sherman's, when in all actuality, if you went in and properly presented yourself, they may be willing to work with smaller carriers with less than 3 trucks. So I proceeded over to the second Sherman's, and like I said, everybody I talked to today was very receptive. Nobody treated me like they didn't want me there, like they didn't want to talk to me, or like I was wasting their time. And I think a lot of people get the misconception that people don't want you coming in. People respect the hustle. And oftentimes I've been told this, hey, I respect you just walking in here and having the courage to inquire about a position. So more often than not, people respect the hustle and just the courage of you walking in and inquiring. Will never be afraid or be discouraged or take somebody else's word for where you may or may not be able to find work. And just in this 2.5 hours, not making any of this up, I've hit 8 to 12 different locations. I've had to have passed out over 200 business cards, and I've had these cards on hand forever. Now I'm just getting them out there, because you never know whose hands those cards could end up in that could possibly be a valid lead. Also, something that I'm gonna leave you guys with: a lot of the mom and pop furniture stores, because I hit a few of those.
Activating parking mode.
That's my camera. But yeah, I hit a few mom and pop furniture stores, And they were extremely receptive as well. One guy threw like 40 of my business cards right out on the counter for the customers as they make their furniture purchases. So I was really happy about that. Some people would take your business cards and they'll throw them in a trash can. They don't want them. So you end up wasting money. But when you see people that actually put the cards out for the general public to utilize, that's a plus. So like I said, I was happy about that. And once again, that small mom and pop furniture store led me to another small mom and pop furniture store not even 2 blocks away. And he was like, hey, tell him such and such sent you. So you go talk to one person and you end up getting a lead on another person. And like I said, some of these places, of course I know Lowe's normally goes with a larger carrier to fulfill their shipment needs. It still don't hurt to walk in and try. You'll be shocked how many people respect it. Just you walking in there and inquiring. They may not have anything for you, but they're not shunning you away or, frowning upon you inquiring, as a lot of individuals think and self-defeat themselves and kind of talk themselves out of doing the work. Would I rather be at home right now doing something else? Of course. But like I said, I had a list of places, each one I've been to, provided them with business cards with my name, company name, and phone number. And I guarantee you within the next couple weeks, it'll generate a valid lead without using the app or without paying somebody else or going through a broker. So this is something I just wanted to touch on today in real time. You have to get out here and be willing to do the work in order to obtain the resources to keep these trucks running. Amazon, the load boards, and so forth should be secondary. But you want to try to line up some type of primary source of work on a regular basis. And yeah, right now, like I said, it's slightly after 2:30 p.m., probably closer to 3 now. So I'm gonna end this video here, head home, get something to eat, probably get some rest. But I just want to make this video and kind of touch on this. You got to get out here, present yourself correctly, and do the work in order to be successful. Just doing enough to get by on a day-to-day basis is not gonna cut it. And I'm not gonna dwell, but I wanted to touch on this because I feel like a lot of individuals struggle because they do just enough to get by. And in the end, that turns out to be the reason why ultimately they end up not being successful. So with that being said, as usual, you guys stay safe out there. Take it easy and have a good one. Appreciate you.